All right, all right, all right. Let me get some ones in the chat if you can hear me loud, crisp, and clear, and we will get this party started. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, there's not really anything I can think to critique Tariq Nasheed on, except for this. Recently he did an interview with a YouTube channel called Street TV. And believe it or not, the thumbnail is not clickbait. The title of this stream is not clickbait. Tariq Nasheed, a man who has called out Umar Johnson several times throughout several years, puppets and cartoons and everything alike. He's now saying that he would bail out Umar Johnson. Yeah, as soon as I heard him say this, I was like, "Wait, is this the Twilight Zone?" I mean, I was smoking a joint, I was watching the podcast interview, and I said, "Hold on." I literally had to pause the video. And I said, "What? You would bail out Umar? You would bail if Umar's a scammer, and if you've called him out for being a scammer, and scammers are a net negative to our community, and even you yourself, Tariq, you said you donated to his school and the school was a scam and we're never getting a school, then why would you say that you would bail out this man?" I was just confused. I was so confused. And no, he's not pranking us. He said it with a straight face. He said it with a straight face and everything. Ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button on the way in, hit the Cash App or the PayPal if you support the mission. Let's dive right into the content. Let's see it for all of its context. At first, I was like, maybe I heard him wrong. Let me replay it. Nope, he said it. Okay, well, let me play the video for a little bit. Maybe he's going to give greater context. Nope, I heard it. He said it. It is, what it's going to be. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he's trolling. I don't know if he's trying to be political, but I never thought I'd see the day where Tariq Nasheed is saying that he would bail out Umar Johnson. Come on, let's talk about it. Here we go.
That's why they put all the black folks out there. They do things in a militaristic way.
You be trapped off so quick we don't even realize.
We don't even realize it, man.
Somebody I saw illustrated that that's a copy of a blueprint from like communist countries, just the same similar setup, and it was designed purposely for that reason.
Right. And also, I want the audience to look up Rex 84 camps, where they have these concentration camps out in Palmdale. They got them in Palmdale.
FEMA, are they?
See, y'all have snuck up on me. Tariq Nasheed was giving us some game about these Rex 84 camps, about these FEMA camps. I'm like, okay, Tariq is educating the FBA family. So when Umar Johnson is brought up, and when Tariq doesn't give pushback, but instead kind of endorses Umar, I mean, I'm just so confused. I'm so confused.
Associated with FEMA at all?
Kind of, sort of, but they call them Rex 84 camps. Okay. Google that. That was something.
Rex 84.
Right, where they designed these little camps in these concentration camp centers that's in plain sight in some of these places. So if things go bad, they can start rounding people up and putting them in these concentration camps. They got them all over the country, especially out here.
As articulate and knowledgeable as you are, do you have the fear of being considered a conspiracy theorist? Or I'm sure you've been classified as such.
Oh yeah. They've always, when we start as black people questioning and calling out certain things that they do to us systematically, they always try to dismiss it. Well, you're a conspiracy theorist. Oh, you're paranoid. What about black on black crime? It becomes right.
Just how they killed the Black Lives Matters whole concept based on some perhaps
and yeah, Polo says Tariq's been trying to squash the beef. I don't see why. I don't see how. He literally just posted a new Bucci Bear cartoon with the woke walrus like 3 weeks ago, was it? I mean, it was in the year 2024. He has roasted Umar for scamming with the school. So I'm not sure how he changed his tune so quick.
Scrupulous business dealings of a few,
right?
And they just killed the whole meaning behind the whole term.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever incorporated whatever they incorporated and then didn't have any integrity behind their dealings has nothing to do with what was being expressed.
Right.
And the StreamYard link is posted. I know a lot of you guys hate Tariq Nasheed. I know a lot of you guys are supporters of Tariq Nasheed. I've got immense amount of game from Tariq Nasheed, and he has never said or done anything to me that gave me pause, except for this. I'm telling you guys, once Umar Johnson is brought up, and when he says he will bail out Umar, like my stomach turned over. I paused. I said, "What? How? Why? What? Where? Umar? What? Weren't you just ranting and raving and telling us that Umar's a scammer and he has herpes and fuck Umar?"
He's got
So yeah, they tried to make the actions of those few people somehow conducive of what everybody was co-signing.
All of us that was just echoing the sentiment had no idea of those bad misdealings. We just understood what it meant.
And also the George Floyd riots and some of these other protests that were going down, that had nothing to do with the organization Black Lives Matter. See, that's a white supremacist tactic of putting a leadership group that.
And we just had a cash app come through from Manzit. I appreciate the support. Thank you.
Controlled opposition in the face of the protest. It was
a real tactics.
Yeah.
And that's what causes you to sound like a conspiracy theorist, because we live in such a lackadaisical society where the Super Bowl is the biggest word we know.
Yeah.
And so when you think about anything that you're discussing casually, it's like, man, if you don't get the fuck out of here, ain't nobody thinking about all that, trying to do all that.
Yeah, we underestimate folks, man. That's what gets us. We think, man, ain't nobody trying to harm us. You ain't got a bunch of white people sitting in the room planning and plotting on us. Yes, you do.
Can you imagine the skill set, the gifts that she's been bestowed? Someone such as Candace Owens, uttering a message similar to yours, versus what she does in that context.
Guys, so far, you guys are seeing exactly what I saw. You're hearing exactly what I heard. I, like you, thought, okay, I'm watching a classic Tariq Nasheed podcast interview. He's giving us some game. He's lacing us up. So when the interviewer mentions Umar Johnson, and when Tariq Nasheed gives his response to Umar Johnson being mentioned, I said, hold on, wait, what's going on?
Now, also, it's something that seemingly, I don't know your relation with this dude, if there's any controversy. But me, from the outside looking in, to me, I think that you and Dr. Umar.
He said, I don't know what your relationship is with this guy, if there's any controversy. And then he brings up Umar. If I'm being interviewed by someone and someone says, hey, I don't know your relation to Umar, I don't know if there's controversy, but hey, let's talk about Umar, I'd be like, well, hey, just to clear the air, here's my track record with Umar. I think he's a scammer. He's a scum of the earth. He's a fucking detriment to the black community. Let's hear what Tariq's response was to Umar being mentioned.
Something that seemingly, I don't know your relation with this dude, if there's any controversy. But me, from the outside looking in, to me, I think that you and Dr. Umar, to some degree, fit in a similar box. I'm aware that maybe.
I get upset when people try to fit Umar and Tariq in a similar box, because I think Umar is such a scamming ass Negro and Tariq Nasheed is not. So for Tariq to not be given no pushback, and he's accepting the interviewer, putting him in the same box as Umar, and then he's gonna endorse Umar. I'm confused. I'm just gonna let y'all see what I saw.
Yours versus what she does in that context. Now, also, it's something that seemingly, I don't know your relation with this dude, if there's any controversy.
Umar literally said that he was going to have people bootleg Tariq Nasheed's Hidden Colors. He literally called Tariq a batty boy and said Tariq lets dudes play in his booty hole. But Tariq is going to talk about bailing out Umar. I'm just confused.
The bootleg boys told me to tell you it's on and popping, bro. I'm just letting you know so you can do what you need to do, because I don't know how you feed. I don't know how you feed your loved ones, brother. So however you do it, you better get to it, because the bootleg boys said the only reason why we held off is because we thought Dr. Umar was getting some of this. Now that we know Dr. Umar, the school ain't getting none of that money, and you paying white boys all this money that black people give you, 5 times them white boys got paid. They living in style. Them white boys is living in style. 5 times. They wanted me to let you know the bootlegging is about to pop off. I don't personally know the brothers, but they support Dr. Umar Johnson, and they told me that you should have never let it get out. You bati boy. You bati boy. Bati boy. You bati boy. You bati boy. Bati boy. Letting dudes play with your booty hole. Letting dudes play with your booty hole. You ain't hard, bitch. You ain't hard, bitch.
All right, so Umar saying he's going to bootleg his film. He lets dudes play up in his booty hole. And the interviewer says, "Hey, I think you and Umar are in the same box, right?" And let's see what Tariq says.
But me, from the outside looking in, to me, I think that you and Dr. Umar, to some degree, fit in a similar box. I know I'm aware there may be differences in, because what I can think that his concept about us is anybody that has our skin tone and our kind of like our bone structure, our muscular build around the world is one. And you kind of feel like, or you profess or have established that there's a difference, just like white people aren't all one.
Right.
We aren't all one. Is that the main difference?
Right. Well, the thing with Umar, and me and him, I put Umar in my movies.
Okay.
He was in my early movies.
I admire the both of you.
Yeah.
In a similar. There was another. Won't bring his name up. He just stumbled on such a big old bullshit scandal. The real dark skinned New York guy. But you and Umar seem to be upper echelon of people who have a wealth of knowledge, historical understanding, and somewhat of an idea of what we should do to move forward. Killer Mike too.
Oh yeah,
Go ahead.
But Umar, man, I think Umar is a brilliant brother. Yeah, even though we got our little.
The first thing he says about Umar is he's a brilliant brother. All right. Someone asked me my opinion on Umar. The first thing I'm gonna say is not he's a brilliant brother.
Go ahead. But Umar, man, I think Umar is a brilliant brother. Yeah, even though we got our little personal differences, and at this point, I'm not even tripping on that. I wish Umar the best. And at this point, I'm having fun. Sometimes I take little jabs back at him now. But yeah, this is just the dozens. If I saw Umar in really some big trouble, I'd be the first one to bail him out.
That's right.
What? Huh? What? Umar's brilliant, he says. Me and Umar, no real beef, he says. Matter of fact, if Umar was in some real trouble, I'd bail him out. What do you mean? Like if Umar Johnson got charged for his multi-million-dollar school scam, you would bail him out? Like if Umar Johnson got caught with more sex scandals, more baby mama drama and shit, you would bail him out? What do you mean if Umar Johnson found himself in some serious trouble, you would bail him out? Sir, didn't you just make a puppet about Umar the other day?
Peace and love, family. This is Herpy Hotep, the woke walrus, aka Papa, aka the Prince of Potato Salad, and I'm letting you know that I'm raising money for a new school because people said that I was stealing the money for the school for boys. And the new school I'm raising money for, it's the Harriet Tubman, Cicely Tyson, Nefertiti, Gladys Knight, Alkaline Water School for Girls! And I'm raising $8 million. That's right, I'm raising $8 million. And I need you to donate because I'm a descendant of Morgan Freeman. I'm a descendant of Ashford and Simpson. I'm a descendant of Tevin Campbell. And I need you to donate money. And people are jealous because all the women in the conscious community want me to smash the cookies!
So you call out his school scam for years, you make cartoons and puppets about him galore, and when you're asked publicly, you say he's brilliant and if he was in some serious trouble, I'd be the first one to. I'm just confused, Tariq. I'm just confused. I don't know if you were being diplomatic. I don't know if you were just playing the politics game. I'm just confused by why you endorsed a known scammer in our community, a scammer of which you've spent years calling out and exposing yourself.
I'm not going to come up here with every excuse. This nigga blamed everybody. You know what it is? Yeah, the coons in the community, they're messing it up for me. They're going after my license. The coons in the community, they're going after my school. And he loves repeating shit, that old preacher shit. The coons in the community, they're going after my.
Come on, I'm just confused. I'm confused. The infamous sickness says, so you got beef with Tariq now. No, I've got no beef. I've got questions. I'm a public figure. I'm a content creator. I make a lot of content. about Black culture, Black history. A lot of it has to do with Tariq Nasheed and Umar Johnson. And when I saw this, I know somebody in the chat asked Mike, "Is this recent?" This interview that he did about Umar was 6 days ago, so it's as recent as it can be. And I know I saw somebody else in the chat who said, "Oh, he was just being diplomatic." I would hope. I mean, if I'm going to play devil's advocate, I can say Tariq was just being diplomatic, but I just really wanted your guys' opinion on it. At first, I wasn't even going to make a stream about this. I was just going to keep this to myself. Imagine the backlash I'm going to get. A lot of my subscribers and followers support Tariq Nasheed, so they might think I'm getting that Tariq foul and now I lose some subscribers. But I don't give a damn. I speak candidly. I'm very transparent, and if there's something that I'm on the fence about, if there's something that I'm looking at with a side eye, then I'm going to bring it to you guys, and we're going to chop it up and see what's going on here, because I thought Tariq Nasheed for years has been calling out this scammer, Umar Johnson.
My license, the coons, they're going after my house. The coons, they're going after my taxes. The coons going after my child. It's everybody else's fault, but mine. They just mad because I'm the best. I'm the best. They just mad because Papa is doing better than them at this Motel 6. I got your name in my mouth, fuck nigga, and you're not going to do anything about it. You're going to get online, talk to your imaginary goons with your Christmas hat on with the ball. This nigga had a Christmas hat, the ball on it, and the ball sounded like it had a bell. This nigga's, every time he's talking with the Christmas ball, the shit was jingling. I'm the best. I'm the best.
Guys, I'm just confused. I'm just confused by the switch up. I'm confused why Tariq Nasheed would say verbatim, if Umar Johnson found himself in serious trouble, I would bail him out. If Umar's a known scammer, the only serious trouble I could think of is him getting caught up on some charges for the school scam. So if that were to happen, is Tariq saying that he would post bond for him? I mean, I'm confused. Guys, the StreamYard link is posted. It's in the chat. Click the link, call in. I want to know what you guys think. Do you think Tariq was just being diplomatic? Do you think he's being two-faced? Do you think they're secretly working behind the scenes? I mean, I know there's a lot of overlap. I know there's a huge amount of overlap between Tariq Nasheed's followers and Umar Johnson's followers. So I could understand Tariq not wanting to alienate a portion of his subscriber base, but I it just didn't sit right with me when I heard what I heard. I mean, it wasn't like he said, "Oh yeah, I'm Umar Johnson, he's fine, but I'm in my different lane," or something. Like, he calls the man brilliant and says if he was in some serious trouble, he would bail him out. I'm just confused. Words matter. I'm confused why he chose those words.
But Umar, man, I think Umar is a brilliant brother. Yeah, even though we got our little personal differences, and at this point, I'm not even tripping on that. I wish Umar the best. And at this point, I'm having fun. Sometimes I take little jabs back at him now. But yeah, this is just the dozens. If I saw Umar in really some big trouble, I'd be the first one to bail him out.
That's right.
But I'm going to hit him with some of these jokes because, I'm petty.
We see in the history Malcolm Martin, and it never got to Bushy, but there was some.
Yeah.
I'm going to just hit him with some jokes because I'm petty. I mean, all right. I didn't know you were just exposing him because he was petty. I thought you were exposing his school scam because it's a fucked up grift that a lot of us are falling victim to 12 years later. But all right, I'm confused. I'm just confused. That's all. And I'm not saying that Tariq needs to have the same energy he had 6 years ago when he was hooping and hollering about Umar, but I'm just confused as to why he would publicly endorse someone who also seems to be his public adversary. I mean, I'm just shocked. I'm shocked. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to hear from you. The whole point of tonight's broadcast is to hear from you. Go ahead and hit the like button if you're new to the stream. Hit the Cash App or the PayPal if you support the mission. The first person we're bringing from the back to the front is Nero. How you doing, Nero? Nero, you're on mute. Nero going once. Nero going twice. Nero going 3 times. Hey, what's good? How you doing, Nero?
What's going on, man? My apologies. I'm over here listening to you on the laptop, bro. So
okay, it's a little bit of a delay.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. My apologies. I've been going through it, and I seen you've been going through it too.
Yeah,
So,
but we shall
but
overcome. We shall
yeah,
overcome.
I agree, good sir. Yeah, I was you definitely took my eye with this one because I did see Tariq sit up there and say he'd never give Umar another dollar. He said he beat that nigga up, this, that, and the fifth. He said he could come to him or he could go to him, whatever the case may be. But it is kind of odd that he's talking about he bail him out. That's kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. Even when I first seen Umar, I gave I think like a little $200 to it. But once I seen you had put something, he did. But yeah, looks like Tariq Nasheed's backtracking, bro. Looks like he's backtracking.
And really, I just wanted to get everybody's opinion on this because I really didn't know how to feel. If I'm gonna try to play devil's advocate, I could say he's trying to be political, he's trying to be diplomatic, but he kind of stepped over the diplomatic line. I think you could have said something being diplomatic and also not endorsing him so heavily. I mean, he's brilliant. If he was in serious trouble, I would bail him out. I mean, words matter, and for me to just ignore those words even though he's produced so much content exposing Umar, I mean, guys, let's just call a spade a spade. If I made that remark, if I was on a podcast interview tomorrow and y'all saw somebody said, "Hey, I don't know what your history is with Umar if y'all got beef, but what's your thoughts on Umar?" And I'm like, "Yeah, he's brilliant, and if he was ever in some serious trouble, I'd be the first one to bail him out." Y'all would look at me like, "What the fuck, Mike? Mike, you're so fake, Mike. Mike, I thought you just exposed him, Mike. Mike, I thought you make a living off exposing this nigga, Mike. Mike, I thought your bread and butter is calling him out, Mike." I mean, so for us to not hold Tariq Nasheed to the same standards, for me to remain silent because of the few people who might unsubscribe from me because they're upset that I'm looking at something Tariq Nasheed said with a critical eye. I mean, all right, it is what it is, what it's going to be. If I was worried about my bottom line, I'd remain silent. What I'm worried about is transparency. What I'm worried about is the community's opinion. What I'm worried about is what the fuck our quote unquote thought leaders are doing. I mean, I referred to Tariq Nasheed as a thought leader, even though he says he's not a leader and the code is the leader and stuff. But god damn it, we all look at him as a cultural leader. So to see him kind of soft shoe and then endorse and support a man who he's literally spent almost a decade calling out, it just didn't sit right with me. It's just that simple. It didn't sit right with me. But you know what? What we're gonna do is we got a whole bunch of folks backstage. Let's go ahead and bring up
You said
somebody else.
something
We
else.
got yep.
Mm.
What's up, Nero?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, bro. You said it out your mouth. That Tariq said it himself. He's not a leader. So what is this? What does the
Yeah,
old adage say? Believe them when they say it the first time. So
yeah,
he said he
yeah.
wasn't a leader, bro. Even though, of course, that's how he's presented himself. So
I
if
mean,
you know,
Umar Johnson is promoted and circulated in the mainstream to the point where he has new followers every day, every week, every month. So imagine someone who's new to Umar and new to Tariq and sees Tariq endorsing Umar as brilliant and I'd bail him out. So then they see Umar on a live stream talking about send Big Papa your grits money, I'm building a school. And so they send money to Umar thinking he's going to build a school because he's been endorsed again by Tariq Nasheed. Umar Johnson was introduced to all of us through Tariq Nasheed, through Hidden Colors. So, Umar even gets the ability to scam our community by way of Tariq Nasheed. Tariq calls him out, apologizes for endorsing him, and then now years down the road, he's like, nah, dude's brilliant. I'd bail him out. I mean, all right, all right. And Ken, there's a big difference between not wishing harm and going out of your way to say I would bail someone out if they were in serious trouble. I mean, it just don't sit right. It don't sit right. And I know this is a very contentious stream. I know this is gonna divide a lot of people down the middle, but I just want to hear from you guys to see what your opinion is. But we've also got four black righteous folk coming from the back to the front. How you doing?
Hey, how are you doing? I just wanted to say, I think there's an echo. I feel like he's a flip-flopper, and I feel like eventually he's going to let down FBA because whoever pays him enough money, he's going to flop back to being Pan-African. He's preaching that we are from America. This is our land. We should be prideful about being Americans and all this type of talk. But he's inching and he's pivoting to be cozied up with Pan Africanism, because I think that he's getting paid behind the scenes, and I think he's going to pivot again. So this FBA thing, I think it's not going to last forever. And I think that just like he went to court with Bucci Bear, right? Why didn't he get a lawyer for reparations or our fight for what's going on in America? That just lets you know where his mindset is. It's about his money. It's about his glory. It has nothing to do with us. He's just using us. That's what I feel like. And he's going to flip flop again. As soon as he gets a chance, he will.
Okay. I understand where you're coming from. Again, I'm somebody who vehemently supported Tariq Nasheed. My first introduction to him was like when I was a sophomore in high school. I discovered the Hidden Color series. Then I kind of kind of forgot about him for several years. And then when I started creating content a couple years ago, I saw him jumping on Twitter and beefing with Africans. And I was like, wait, I thought we all Pan-African. What's going on with the Africans? So he really gave us some game when it comes to how these immigrants treat us and think about us. So, I've learned so much from Tariq Nasheed. I mean, I even did a stream supporting him 2 weeks ago. I did a whole stream where anybody who had a disagreement with Tariq, anybody who's a detractor or a naysayer could come speak their piece. And for me to now yesterday see this broadcast and see him endorse Umar, it didn't sit right. It was
I
just
thought maybe
odd.
you saw my video and that's what you were responding to. Assumed, because I had just talked about him like days before, and I thought maybe you seen my video, and that's what I thought you were responding to. But I just feel like Tariq Nasheed is getting too much praise. He's a man, and he's gonna let us down, and that's why I don't claim FBA. I like the concept. I like that it gives you pride, but I feel like since it's not going off of YouTube in the Congress, or the president hasn't acknowledged it and nobody else knows about it, I feel like it's all wishful thinking on YouTube. And I feel like it's going to be a heartbreaker for a lot of us. That's why I self-declared my own identity myself. So, I still rock with FBA, but I don't claim it. I can't. You there? Hello?
I
Yes,
would
sorry
say
about that. I was on mute.
FBA. I
Wait,
would say
hold on real quick. I was on
yep.
mute, so I wasn't able to properly introduce him. But we've got another guest coming from the back to the front, Mr. Top Flight. Go ahead and let us know what you think.
Yeah, what up? What up? How everybody doing? Yeah, I hear a lot of emotionalism, man. Look, this is what I view as remaining on code, right? Okay, so he already defeated Umar. You understand? He already put the smack down on him. He already crushed him, right?
How?
Well, when they got into their altercation, when it comes.
Mr. Top Flight, you lost audio. We can't hear you anymore.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, now we can.
Yeah. So and they little back and forth, right? Tariq clearly came out victorious. And when you're confident in what you do and who you are, you don't have to be hateful and keep going, right? Let me say this.
All right, hold on real quick. What I was trying to understand before your audio dropped out is you said that Tariq already defeated Umar. So I wanted
Yeah,
you to expound upon how he defeated Umar.
yeah, I just did. When they were going through their back and forth, right? It was a battle of credibility. It was a battle of track record. It was a battle of who is telling the truth and who isn't. And Tariq clearly won that, right? Am I wrong in saying that? He won. Did he not win your vote in that dispute, in that back and forth?
I think while you have a point, you're terribly incorrect.
All right. Well, yeah. I just asked a question. Okay. That's just my perspective, so I
Well,
can't
no,
be.
here. I'll also follow that up with an explanation. Again, I said, while you have a point, you're terribly incorrect because your valid point is this. Tariq and Umar, 6 years ago or so, they had a back and forth exchange. Who's the scammer? Who's not the scammer? Blase, blase. I'm going to roast you. You're going to roast me. Yes, Tariq Nasheed came out of that better than Umar. But when you say he defeated Umar, I don't see any defeat. And the reason why I
In
hold
that back
on,
and
don't
forth.
interrupt me. Don't interrupt me. The reason why I don't see any defeat is this. There are people every day discovering Umar Johnson for the first time. There are people every day discovering Tariq Nasheed for the first time. I had a sister, um, Deadpool's Lady Smiles. I had a sister who I was her first introduction to Tariq Nasheed. So if there's people who are that new to the game, who don't know the track record between the two, who don't know the history, if that interview is the first time they're seeing Tariq Nasheed or hearing Umar Johnson mentioned, what do they get from Tariq Nasheed? They get a endorsement. This man is brilliant. If he was in serious trouble, I'd bail him out. They don't know nothing about a school scam. They don't know anything about him being a detriment. They don't know anything about Jermaine's lies. They don't know anything about the Herpy Hotep. They don't know anything that Tariq Nasheed was previously blowing the whistle on. So I've made many videos exposing Umar. If 2 years from now, somebody meets me for the first time in these YouTube streets and they hear me supporting Umar and endorsing him, and they don't know my previous track record of exposing him and calling him out, come on. What you're saying in modern day, your most recent endorsement of an individual, it holds value because while there are thousands of us who are familiar with these two for decades, there's even more people who are discovering them for the first time. And to give an endorsement like that, I mean, I think you can stay on code. I think you can be political. I think you can, have a certain level of decorum without flat out endorsing a known scammer. But that's just where I'm coming from with it. What say you?
Let me finish because I ain't get all my thoughts out, and I understand what you're saying, and I understand, right? All right, so look, I think everybody just needs to take a deep breath because everybody sound real emotional, right? And again, when you're confident in who
I don't know who everybody is. There's several people up on the panel. The only people talking right now is me and you. If I'm passionate about what I'm discussing, then it is what it is. If you're not passionate about the subject, I wonder why you're spending your time calling in while throwing underhanded insults talking about someone's being emotional. Sir, you said that Tariq Nasheed defeated Umar. I'm pointing out that nigga ain't defeated if he's still doing Breakfast Club interviews, still getting hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars from our community to scam under the guise of building a school one day. That's not defeat. Not at all.
repeat myself, I said in their back and forth, he came out victorious in their back and forth. I didn't say he destroyed Umar. So we going, we're not gonna put words in my mouth, all right? And look, brother, I'm not here to be confrontational with you.
Your audio cut out again, so
I'm right here.
um
I'm right here. You hear me?
okay, there we go. Now we can hear you again.
All right, so boom. Look here, man. I believe Tariq, just like a lot of other FBA, we got love for Umar deep down inside. We got love for Umar. I don't believe he's
I don't. I know many other people don't.
I don't.
I don't know why you're trying to cast some myth that FBA people hold love in their heart for Umar Johnson. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You might love Umar. We don't.
because the thing is, I seen this shit coming. I seen you about to go with Tariq. I seen
And now your audio
yeah,
boards
look,
out
look, look,
again,
look, 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 look,
sir. I
look, look, look,
mean,
look, look, look. I sat back and watched.
it's hard for you to make a point when you're calling in from the Obama phone, but yeah.
Can I say
Now,
something real quick before my phone dies?
yeah, go ahead and jump in because now he's deflecting. I mean, he tried
I
to say
just
that all
want
of
to
us have love
say,
for Umar, and now he's like,
yeah,
"Oh, I knew you were going after Tariq." I
I
mean,
don't like
yeah, go
no
ahead.
Pan African ever will, never, never will, because they are against us being here in America and being Americans. They are against us claiming to be American. So, what I want to say is to scammers support scammers, And y'all might not want to hear this, but mark my words, he's going to let us down. He's going to let y'all down rather, because I don't believe in him. But scammers support scammers. He should not want to have nothing to do with Umar because he has failed us time and time again. So that's just showing you what direction he could go in, failing us and expecting us to support him still. You know what I'm saying? So scammers support scammers. That's it.
Yeah, I feel you. I understand where you're coming from. Mr. Top Flight, can we
Thank
remain
you.
focused? And yeah, thanks for calling in. Mr. Top Flight, can we remain focused and stop deflecting? Why did you just try to make the asinine statement that all of us FBAs have love in our heart for Umar?
No, if you would let me finish, because you keep interrupting me, brother. Okay, so look, let's not interrupt. Let's just talk like men. I'm gonna say like this, right? I'm gonna speak for myself. Now, I don't believe Umar is a scammer. Is everybody gonna cuss me out because of that?
And your problem is you don't know how to remain focused. I didn't ask you your opinions on whether or not Umar is a scammer. I said, why did you make the asinine statement that we all have love for Umar? Who told you that? Where'd you get it from?
All right, can I answer it without being cut off? If I said we all, I take that back. A lot of us, okay? A lot of us. You don't, clearly, no problem. I'm not asking you to, right? But there are a lot of people out there. Umar is a voice, right? He is a voice. He is the most powerful, uncompromised voice that's being broadcasted on mainstream media right now. Right?
I wonder if he know that I know he's lying right now.
Let's get cut off.
Oh, you got the new
Oh,
Margellas?
you here for dope. You
That's what's up. That's what's up. I see you. That's your BMW? That's nice. That's your girl? Golly. Okay, I see you. But I just want to know one thing. You ready? Why the fuck you lying?
Well, let's keep on splaining.
you a funny ass nigga. And I think I knew this shit was coming. That's why I ain't participating.
I mean, I don't know why you would be here if I wasn't funny or entertaining or educational or sensational in one way or another. I mean, I just want you to remain focused, sir. I understand you said you don't think Umar's a scammer. It seems like we're never really going to get an answer as to why you tried to say we all hold love in our heart for Umar. But what I'm going to do, because at this point I'm farming you for content and I kind of like the babble, I'm just going to let you babble on for a little bit and let's see where it goes.
All right, let me just say this. At the end of the day, Umar is our brother. We don't agree with everything he says or does. Hold up, baby. Hold up, baby. Apparently, you don't want to see the unity. You don't want to see anything.
Apparently, you'd rather virtually dick suck Umar Johnson than take care of your child who was just calling for you. Apparently, defending a nigga you never met a day in your life is more important than taking care of your child that just called for you. Sir, what are we up here doing? You called in to splain on behalf of Umar and neglect your child at the same damn time. Sir, I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to kick you from the show so you can go take care of your kids, sir. I ain't gonna be a part of this. I ain't gonna have you neglecting your fucking child because you want to stay up here and tap dance for Umar. Sir, you are removed for the broadcast. Go take care of your responsibilities, Playboy. Jesus Christ. She in the background talking about daddy. He talking about, wait a minute, I gotta explain for Umar. I gotta ride for Pan-Africanism. I gotta ride for the cookie crusher, the cookie monster. Hold on, child. I know you're hungry. We gotta ride for Umar. What the fuck is you up here talking about? Jesus Christ. Hey Nero, are you still there?
I'm still here. I'm just chilling in the back, listening to you cook, old buddy.
Hey, it's been a minute, my nigga, but welcome back. Welcome back. I'm just like, I mean, I'm a father myself. I would never neglect my child to sit up on the internet on someone's live stream to defend Umar fucking Johnson. God damn it, priorities.
Hey man, but like that lady has said before, scammers gonna support scammers, man. And you know what? You also kind of got my brain jogging too. Like if Tariq's over here thinking, I bail him out. I'm just wondering if Umar actually has dirt on him that he doesn't want to come to light. I mean, it's a possibility,
Yeah,
but because it
I don't
doesn't make
know.
sense why you flip this bad after you was really going in on him. It really doesn't.
I mean, really going in on him. I mean, really, really, really going in.
They just jealous. They jealous of me. I'm Pan Africans. Bucking y'all. They. Are we supposed to take this bitch nigga seriously?
6 years later, he's brilliant. I'd bail him out. All right. All right. And again, guys, I rock with Tariq. I've learned so much from Tariq throughout the years. The only issue I have, my issue, is if he is now endorsing Umar Johnson. And based out of the words that have came out of his own mouth, it sounded like he was endorsing Umar Johnson. I even casted a poll. I casted a poll in the chat. 55% of the people say yes, he was endorsing Umar. 45% say no. So come on, I knew this was going to be contentious. I knew this was going to cause a lot of discourse. A lot of people were going to be on opposite ends of the spectrum. But god damn it, my only issue with Tariq is if he is endorsing a known scammer, a known leech within our community, and it sounded like he was endorsing them. I mean, I wouldn't have any integrity as a man to allow the gems and the history that I've learned to Tariq from Tariq, if I allowed that to silence me and not speak about what I think is something we should at least be privy to. So something that we should at least know. Did you guys know when you're paying for the FBAstream.com and for the Bucci Bear comics and he's roasting Umar and calling them Herpy Hotep and all this stuff? Did you know that when he gets on a podcast interview, he starts calling them brilliant and saying he's gonna endorse him? I mean, I was just confused. When I came across it, when I heard him say it, I was shocked. And I knew I had to get a second opinion on it. But yeah, Nero, what do you think about this? I'm gonna definitely lose some subscribers tonight, y'all.
Hey, look, a spade is a spade, bro. I mean, he wanna sit up there and what's the word, pussyfoot around and shit, but it's not helping anybody, and he knows that, but he's still going along with it. So I mean, I
And
ain't gonna lie.
also for everyone who's saying that this video of Tariq is 6, 7 years old, this puppet video is just a month old.
Peace and love, family. This is Herpy Hotep, the Woke Walrus, aka Papa, aka the Prince of Potato Salad, and I'm letting you know that I'm raising money for a new school because people said that I was stealing the money for the school for boys. And the new school I'm raising money for, it's the Harriet Tubman, Cicely Tyson, Nefertiti, Gladys Knight, Alkaline Water School for Girls! And I'm raising $8 million. That's right, I'm raising $8 million. And I need you to donate because I'm a descendant of Morgan Freeman. I'm a descendant of Ashford and Simpson. I'm a descendant of Tevin Campbell. And I need you to donate money. And people are jealous because all the women in the conscious community want me to smash the cookies!
So come on, y'all. I am aware. Trust me, I am aware that that original rant video about Umar Johnson is 6 or 7 years old, but this Bucci Bear cartoon is just 2 months old.
This area looks kind of weird. I hope I'm in the right spot.
This is fucked up. A whole
Greetings, my brother. Welcome to the Buster Douglas, Mariah Carey, Tevin Campbell, Patti LaBelle School for Boys. How can I help you, my brother?
I'm currently working on an undercover operation, and I need some of your Pan-African students to help me infiltrate an FBA event so that we can sabotage it. I'll make it worth your while financially.
Well, I appreciate your offer, my brother, but we currently...
This is only 2 months old. So very recently, Tariq Nasheed has been on Umar's helmet. So I'm just confused as to why, you know, with the FBA family, it's fuck Umar, he a Herpy Hotep scammer. But when you get on a a podcast interview, it's Umar's brilliant. I'll bail him out if he's in serious trouble.
We don't have any more students here at the school.
Wow, what happened to the students?
New York City Sweetness says, who made this animated series? Is this yours, Mike? This speaks to my confusion. Tariq Nasheed made this. This is what I'm talking about. New York City Sweetness don't even know Tariq Nasheed made this cartoon, disrespecting and exposing Umar. So isn't it so confusing that now he's endorsing him? I'm just confused.
Some of them didn't want to come to class and they wanted to hang out on the corner. And I'm not going to be able to psychologize them off the corner. Some of them had to be put to sleep.
For how long?
For good!
I'm just confused. That's all. I'm just confused, y'all. I just have questions. Either way, I think it's impossible to support somebody 100%. I think it's impossible to not disagree with something someone has to say. And I still tip my hat to Tariq. If over 10 plus years of me periodically soaking up some gems and getting his content, if this is the one critique I have, okay, it's not a big critique like that. You know, he ain't scamming, he ain't scheming, he ain't get caught up in a DUI or some serious shit. He just seems to be doing some soft shoe tap dancing, light endorsing of someone who I thought was a known scammer in our community. So I'm just confused, y'all. I'm just confused. But we got somebody else calling in. Coming from the back to the front is Ken Yari. Ken Yari, how you doing? Jedi Black says, Mike, Tariq did not endorse him. He clearly said they have disagreements. Yes, after he said we've had disagreements, he says, Umar is brilliant. If he was ever in serious trouble, I would bail him out. That sounds like an endorsement. That sounds like a cosign. That sounds like a sponsor.
Facts.
Mike, I'm sorry. I was having some auditory issues. Can you hear me? Can I
Yeah, we
still?
can hear you now. You're fine. Go ahead.
Is there any? I hope there's no feedback.
Nope, no feedback.
Okay,
You're good.
great. I love your content. I think maybe you've seen some of my comments
Oh yeah,
over the
definitely.
last.
Thanks
And
for tuning in.
Yeah, no, and I threw you a little modest cash app last week. It was maybe under another handle, but I was so curious when I saw the thumbnail for this broadcast.
You probably thought I was clickbaiting, right?
Yeah, I thought
You
maybe.
said, hold on, Mike over here getting on some TMZ shade room type. Mike up here lying to the people. He lying. I know Tariq didn't say he bail him out. Truth is stranger than fiction, y'all. Truth is stranger than fiction. And you know what, Kenyari, I think your audio just cut out again. Are you still there? Yeah, and yeah, Rob from Denver. Imagine if he said that about Roland Martin. Imagine if he says, yeah, Roland Martin is brilliant. If he was in serious trouble, I'd bail him out. Imagine if Umar said that about Brother Polite. I mean, like, come on, like.
No, I understand the question. Mike, can you guys hear me?
Now we can, yeah.
Yeah, I understand the question. I guess for me, and again, I don't want to play semantics, but I suspect that I think you're fair in the characterization that maybe it's a light endorsement. I didn't really take it that way. I think there's been so much.
Damn, and then you cut out again.
Yeah, she's gonna have to move around for that internet.
Yeah. And Trenton, words matter. Trenton says that's not an endorsement. If he was wrongfully accused for a crime, wouldn't that reflect on all blacks? Tariq didn't say if Umar Johnson fell victim to the dominant society, if a suspected white supremacist put some charges up on Umar. He didn't say that. He didn't say that. But Kenyari,
You guys there?
go ahead. We can kind of hear you better now.
Question is fair.
Right.
In terms of, was that an endorsement? I didn't interpret it as an endorsement. I felt it was more, again, there's been so much contention between these two very visible folks in the FBA community. And I think maybe Tariq was making a concession. I don't know that he endorsed him by saying he's brilliant. I mean, both things can be true. I think I'm no super fan of Dr. Umar. I did initially follow him a few years back when I first became familiar with some of his content, but then I became aware of the concerns around the fundraising and the fact that he never was able to produce the institution that he was promising to build for the community. And then I
And
also,
since wait, and since knowing that he's failed on that promise, would you still publicly regard him as brilliant?
I think you can say someone is brilliant and still be diametrically opposed to them, or think that they have character issues or they lack integrity. And so I think with the caller, I forget the gentleman's name that called a few folks before me, but I think his point was well received. I don't know if maybe it was taking him a little longer to kind of get to the bottom line, but I think I wouldn't say that, the FBA community at large has a lot of love for Dr. Umar, but I think we can respect someone um, that has certain intellectual acumen. But then I think it's been mitigated or it's been compromised by the fact that he also has, done some really questionable things. I saw an interview or a podcast with Vicky Dillard had him on, and it really startled me. And this is a few years ago. I don't know if any of the other folks in the audience saw this exchange that they had. It was so aggressive, and it just startled me. It came out of nowhere. He just basically tried to decimate her. He did a lot of gaslighting, and he was very vicious, and it seemed completely unwarranted to me. And so I,
You're saying that Umar was vicious to
yeah,
Vicky?
yeah, it was horrible. I don't know if,
And this is still a man that you would publicly regard as brilliant?
well, I think you can be both. I think you can be bright intellectually and still have a lot of,
Would you publicly say R. Kelly's brilliant?
I think he was a brilliant musician. I think he certainly is a person that's morally corrupt, bankrupt.
See, it's interesting because when I give you that example and when you answer, you still have to throw out these disclaimers. You still have to provide all this context. And Tariq Nasheed didn't provide any context other than he's brilliant, and if he was in serious trouble, I'd bail him out. So, I mean, at the end of the day, words matter. And it was something that made me, pause and give side eye. And it seems like the chat is pretty split down the middle. I mean, it's pretty 50-50. Well, now it's 57% believe Tariq was endorsing Umar, while 43% believing he wasn't. But yeah, it's a contentious conversation to say the least.
And I appreciate you posing the question. And I think for me, where I um my hackles went up a bit is I think there was another caller, a few before me, a woman call, female caller. I think there are people that come to this with a certain agenda. And I think if we look at what Tariq has produced in terms of, I saw one of your podcasts, broadcast a few days back, arguing with some folks from the diaspora about the merit of Tariq's historical videos, the hidden
Yeah,
colors.
yeah.
And I
So if
thought,
there's anybody who supports Tariq, it's definitely me. So
right.
you know,
So
it's 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 with great pain and
I,
hesitation that I cast a
yeah,
critique.
and I felt that's why I would tune in, because I think you've established that you're coming to this in good faith. So I have no questions about that or your sincerity. I just worry about some of the a couple of folks that have called in, the female caller, a few folks before me. She seemed like she had a real agenda, that he's going to let us down. Again, the code is the leader. If you look at what Tariq has done with respect to bringing the level of information he's brought to a whole new generation of folks. I'm in my 40s. Um, I'm not, you guys are a little younger. A lot of your followers are a little younger than me, but you talked about how so many folks who did not have access to that type of information now could access this all in one place in a way that's very palpable and um, easily digestible, and very
Yep.
accessible and all in one place, which I really agreed with. And I thought that was a really smart analysis on your part. So I think if you look at what he's done overall, I don't have questions about him. FBA is a lineage. It's not something that's going out of style, but
Mhm.
I took exception to what that caller, her characterization of it. Sounds like she might have some leanings in some other directions around just our designation of our lineage and our differentiation now. But yeah, I appreciate you. I don't want to keep going on and on, but I appreciate the broadcast. Again, I understand why you would pose a question. I just don't personally feel that Tariq was quote unquote endorsing Umar. I just think, like the caller before me said, he
All right.
really.
Well, if you don't think he was let's boil it down to even simpler terms. Was he speaking positively or negatively about Umar?
I think he was being conciliatory, but I see your point. I get your point.
If anybody was not familiar with Umar Johnson, had no idea about the scam, and they're just hearing about him for the first time from Tariq Nasheed, do you think what Tariq Nasheed said would prevent that person from donating to Umar, or would motivate that person to donate to Umar?
I think that's a fair question, and I would say if the person just simply went off of one video, one interview, one conversation, I could easily see somebody electing to make a donation. But again, the individual is responsible to do their due diligence, right? I watched you a few times. I watched a few of your ads. I've read some comments before I started really kind of watching you more regularly. Started commenting, throw you a few bucks. We'll be throwing you a few more bucks moving forward. But I think people have to do be vigilant, and they have to do their due diligence. So I understand what you're saying. I think the point is well made, but people are responsible for what they do. So folks do their research, their legwork. Again, I was initially kind of seduced by Dr. Umar.
Mm-hmm. And real quick, I'm sorry. I've got to acknowledge a contribution to Mika. Thank you for the cash app. Appreciate the support, darling. And yeah, Kenyara, if you can provide us with some closing remarks, I got to bring up some more people
Yeah,
backstage.
no, thank you so much for letting me. This is the first time I've ever done this, so thank you for letting me on. I will land my plane, as Tariq Nasheed says, and I'm watching and listening.
For sure. Well, thank you for being so diplomatic. I appreciate you.
Thanks. Have a good one.
Talk to you soon. All right, and we've got Idris coming from the back to the front. Idris, how you doing, brother?
I'm all right. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. As a member across the pond, a part of our diaspora, someone who's soaked up a lot of FBA game, what do you think about tonight's broadcast?
Well, initially I thought it was clickbait, so that's just why I'm up so late. So, generally speaking, I was shocked to actually hear the words of Tariq Nasheed. I was, it came across as a strong endorsement because, even myself, I've been accused by people of endorsing Dr. Umar Johnson, Jermaine Shoemake. And I don't endorse him. I just say, look, like the previous lady, I can't remember her name, that she was just speaking. She says, look, the man has intellectual capacity and he says things that are charismatic. But then, if he's taken money for the school and he hasn't delivered it, that by definition is a scam. Now, Tariq Nasheed should have made those distinctions, and he should have made those qualifications. He could have said, all right, he may be a charismatic speaker, he may be engaging. However, he failed to produce the institution that he said he was going to build. So by definition, he's taken all that money and he's just parlayed that into a real estate scam. So that's what he should have made that distinction. He shouldn't have said he's brilliant and I'll be the first to bail him out. That is crystal clear a U-turn. There's no way I don't think there's any way of putting it. I don't mean to, disrespect.
Well, you know what, and I want to highlight a comment real quick. The reason says, and you know what, I'm gonna mute you for just a second. Just a little double feedback. The reason says it would be neutral, bro. Everybody that listens to Tariq knows what it is. Black men should never shit on other black men in public. Then what do you call all the fucking cartoons? What do you call the hour-long rants about Umar Johnson? What do you call the puppet videos? Is this not shitting on him in public?
Peace and love, family.
Hey,
This is
Mike,
Herky
another
Hotep,
thing.
the woke walrus, aka.
I'm just confused, y'all. Yeah, go ahead, Nero.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, real quick, I'm gonna let Nero
It's
hop in for
crazy
just a
that
second, and then you
on
can
what
finish.
Buddy's saying right here, they shouldn't. He's saying black men should never shit on other black men, but it's like, isn't that the same thing as saying you can't call out somebody if they're wrong? So I don't exactly disagree with that either, because you got to be accountable for shit.
Yeah. Yep. And you know what? We just
Well,
had a contribution come through from Paraphernalia Palace. Appreciate you, brother. And y'all make sure to check out that brother's merch store. The link should be in the chat. But yes, Idris, you have the floor. Go ahead.
yeah. So, in regards to, it was, I believe, Dr. Umar Johnson that started the beef initially. He attacked him, and then basically Tariq responded. Now, the fact of the matter is that nobody should be crapping on each other in the community across the diaspora or within the FBA community. But there is a clear-cut difference between holding a person, holding a person to account, taking them to task, and bringing them to book. That's number one. There's a difference between that and being insolent, rude, disrespectful, and just tearing down a man's character. Those are two different issues. So,
and for the people who say that he was trying to be diplomatic, I mean, there's many different ways to go about it. I mean, again, I'm not Tariq, so I can only speak for myself, but God damn it, I mean, I'd be like, hey, respectfully, Umar Johnson has a lot of controversy and scandal surrounding him, and I don't like to be put in the same category as him, and keep it pushing. But for you to seemingly give an endorsement, all right. A little bit of a side eye there, but go ahead, Idris.
Call facts on
yes,
that.
I mean, the point is, I doubt that it didn't come across as a diplomatic. It became almost like a strong endorsement. I mean, there are other ways he could have handled it. So, I would have just, likewise, as I repeated earlier on before, I'd have just said, look, he may be eloquent and charismatic, but, he should have delivered the score by now. I'd have said something worse to that effect. I mean, I would have, and one point I want to make, when he says, look, now and then I give him some jabs and I give him some digs and I make some fun of him, I think he was being light on that. In reality, he doesn't just make light fun of him. He goes in on Dr. Umar Johnson really, really hard. So for him
On
to
his
say,
platform,
yeah,
but apparently when he's on other people's public platforms, he doesn't keep that same energy.
no,
And
I
I'm
mean,
not saying he has to keep that same energy. I'm not saying he had to turn the interview into some bashing Umar, but you'd expect him to at least keep a little bit of that energy. Poquito? Not even poquito? And real quick, who was it in the chat? Saint said, does Tariq's comments meet the definition of
Yep.
endorse? Well, the definition of endorse is declare one's public approval or support of. Oh, you're asking me about Nero? Yeah, me and Nero have a little light, joking back and forth, but Nero's brilliant. And if Nero was in serious trouble, I'd bail him out. That sounds like an endorsement to me. All right. And this is why I do what I do, because
Yes, sir.
we can't turn a blind eye
Tariq didn't stand
to
on that
questionable
business.
behavior just because a person's black, just because a person has done, X amount of substantial works in the past. I mean, nobody is above reproach. I'm not even above reproach. So, I think words matter. And just like he sharpens us up a lot, I mean, we can provide some of that same level of sharpening. This sound like a candid endorsement. And I think this is extremely dangerous, because for the casual person who is just now learning about Umar or just now learning about Tariq, God damn it, it's going to be real easy for them to get sucked up in that school scam and start sending grip money and shea butter money and shit under the guise that this brilliant motherfucker is building a school one day. But I digress. Go ahead, Idris.
yeah, I think that's just generally what I had to say about the situation. I mean, I have been taught a few things or two from Dr. Umar Johnson, and but however, I always had suspicions initially about his ability to establish the school long before the school had become essentially a scam. I mean, I was always asking the question in the back of my mind, how are you going to sustain the financial upkeep of the school while it's running. You can't possibly do this unless you're getting regular income from a different source. So I always was so I mean, well, likewise, I'm of two minds with Dr. Umar. I mean, I'm the kind of guy that will never invest with him, never give him any financial help. But if he's making some good talking points, I'll just take that in so that it can benefit me and it can increase my knowledge about the current situation within the diaspora,
Yeah, I
especially
feel you.
in USA.
Yep. And again, this conversation is so contentious. I put a poll in the chat. Did Tariq Nasheed endorse Umar? We all heard Tariq say the same exact words. We all heard the same thing, but 52% of us say yes, he endorsed him, and 48% of us say no. There's people in the chat saying no, he did not endorse, and there's people saying yes, he just endorsed that man. And how can this be such a polarizing discussion? Is it only a polarizing discussion because this man has done so many positive, concrete acts in the past? Is that why it's such a contentious point? If Tariq was
Because
not the esteemed individual he was, would you guys be able to easily see, oh no, that was indeed an endorsement? I mean, a lot of times we like to turn a blind eye to things that shatter the mold of a pedestal that we place people on. But yeah, Curtis is asking me if I can play it again. Yeah, for those that are new to the stream, I will play it again. This is exactly what Tariq Nasheed said when Umar Johnson was brought up in a recent interview. This video just dropped 6 days ago.
Because what I can think that his concept about us is anybody that has our skin tone and our kind of like our bone structure, our muscular build around the world is one. And you kind of feel like, or you profess or have established that there's a difference, just like white people aren't all one.
Right.
We aren't all one. Is that the main difference?
Right. Well, the thing with Umar and me and him, I put Umar in my movies.
Okay.
He was in my early movies.
I admire the both of you.
Yeah.
In a similar. There was another. Won't bring his name up. He just stumbled on such a big old bullshit scandal. The real dark skinned New York guy, But you and Umar seem to be upper echelon of people who have a wealth of knowledge, historical understanding, and somewhat of an idea of what we should do to move forward. Killer Mike too.
Oh yeah,
Go
that's
ahead.
my guy.
Yeah,
but Umar, man, I think Umar is a brilliant brother. Yeah, even though we got our little personal differences, and at this point, I'm not even tripping on that. I wish Umar the best. And at this point, I'm having fun. Sometimes I take little jabs back at him now. But yeah, this is just the dozens. If I saw Umar in really some big trouble, I'd be the first one to bail him out.
That's right.
But I'm going to hit him with some of these jokes because I'm petty.
We see in the history Malcolm Martin, and it never got to bullshit, but there was some.
There was some camaraderie there.
Yeah, camaraderie, but some conflict.
Right. Yeah. But he's a brilliant brother.
Okay.
But his thing, and I think he's kind of easing off of it a little bit, but his thing is, he's the Prince of Pan-Africanism.
Yes.
Let's all global.
That's how I learned that term.
Right. And that's a great concept. That's cool. I'm all for Black people all getting together globally and being one people.
Especially tactically.
Right.
Tactically, if it matters, yeah.
And that's basically what he said about Umar. Now he's getting into the theory of Pan-Africanism, but as far as what he said about Umar, put him in my movies. We go back and forth. It's just the dozens, but wish him all the best. If he was ever in some serious trouble, I'd be the first one to bail him out.
Yeah, camaraderie, but some conflict.
Right. Yeah. But he's a brilliant brother.
Okay.
But his thing, and was
not, or a killer.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah.
But Umar, man, I think Umar is a brilliant brother. Yeah, even though we got our little personal differences, and at this point, I'm not even tripping on that. I wish Umar the best. And at this point, I'm having fun. Sometimes I take little jabs back at him now. But yeah, this is just the dozens. If I saw Umar in really some big trouble, I'd be the first one to bail him out.
That's right.
But
all right.
Mike,
for all those who thought that my broadcast tonight was clickbait, I mean, did Mans not just say that verbatim?
Mike, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Idris.
Yeah, basically, if Dr. Umar Johnson had said those exact same words as Tariq has said, and if you were to ask the panelists, the people
hold on, Idris. I'm going to interrupt you because this is why it's even more so confusing. Umar talks nothing but shit about this man.
You bati boy. You bati boy. Bati boy. You bati boy. You bati boy. You bati boy. You bati boy. Bati boy. You bati boy. You bati boy. Bati boy. Letting dudes play with your booty hole. Letting dudes play with your booty hole. You ain't hard, bitch. You ain't hard.
So again, Idris, it's not like Umar is publicly being diplomatic and saying nice things about Tariq. So in return, Tariq is being diplomatic and saying that. No, Umar just went on a rant 2 weeks ago about, oh, fuck that nigga Tariq. He just made another cartoon about me, blase, blase, blase. So this endorsement seems to be one-sided. But go ahead, Idris.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is that if you were to ask that same question, so if, for example, hypothetically, in an imaginary world, Dr. Umar Johnson were to have used exactly the same words that Tariq Nasheed is using right now. And then if you were to say, oh, look, Dr. Umar Johnson has just endorsed Tariq Nasheed. If you were to say, ladies and gentlemen, do you agree with that? Yes or no? I think about 98% of the people, almost 100% of the people would probably agree with you. The biggest problem that we have across the diaspora is that when we see an extremely brilliant person that electrifies us, we seem to develop a blind spot, and we just think to hold such a person to account is to be crapping on such a person. We've got to kind of get out of that mindset, and we've got to say that, look, nobody, like you said before, is beyond reproach. Nobody, everybody has to be accountable, held to account to the same standards. That's the kind of mindset we need to develop if we're to move forward as a community and a diaspora.
I feel you. And real quick, we got a contribution from Shamar. Shamar, thank you for the support. Appreciate you. Yeah, this is nuts. And we got another guest coming from the back to the front. We got The Reason in the building. The Reason, let us know. What do you think about the topic at hand? Are you awake, sir?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah,
Oh,
what's going on,
frozen.
man?
I think you're just frozen. It says your screen's blank, but we
can
can hear you. So go ahead.
Oh, you can hear me? Yeah, what's
we can
going
hear
on? You talking about the clip that from that interview? Man, the
Are you
thing
late?
is, man. No, I know. I caught up on everything, man.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So what do you have to say about the topic at hand?
He's not endorsing him. This is part of the code. We don't shit on other black men in front of other people, man. That's just part of
what is this?
Peace and love, family. This is Herpy Hotep, the woke walrus.
Is that not shitting on a black man publicly in front of
How old
other
is
people?
that clip that you just played, Mike?
That walrus puppet clip?
Yeah. What, like 5 years ago, 6 years ago?
I don't believe it was that old, sir. 5, 6 years ago? Really?
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
No, it's not 2 weeks ago, man. The Walrus clips, that was the same time around when he was in beef with Tommy Sotomayor.
Okay, so let's play devil's advocate and say the walrus clips are old. This cartoon about Umar is 2 months ago. So what's your point? This one is 2 months ago.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I saw this too.
So
yeah, they talk shit with each other, but like you.
So what's your point? I mean, I'm not getting it. If your point is no. If your point is, well, the walrus video is old, and I bring you a whole cartoon Tariq made about Umar's school 2 months ago, then I guess your point is null and void. I don't know.
I'm still muted. No, what I want to ask, I want to ask you what your point is. You're trying to say that Tariq is illegitimate because it's a possibility that he.
Sir, I've been up here for about an hour and a half. I have said 7 different ways what my point is, how I feel about the topic. I've provided context, clips, and everything. If you're late to the party, you're late to the party, but we can't spend time helping you play catch up.
Even the opinion that you was just saying to him is just like you're kind of sketchy about it. What I'm saying is it's a thing. You should not disrespect any other black person in front of
I'm sorry, man. I gotta say something. Come on, bro. You tripped.
Go ahead,
First
Nero.
off, Second off, the reason why we gotta hold folks accountable in the community is because, and I'm almost positive you know this. Matter of fact, I know you know this. You don't want somebody else from another community coming in to our community and doing what we're doing right now, because then that's going to make all of us look real stupid, and ain't nobody got time for that. So you got to cut the bullshit, homie. Just cut it out. You just got to cut it out, because you false flagging right now, Holmes. Cut that shit out, because ain't nobody going for it.
So you saying that we should nip Umar in the butt before the other people do it?
That would be the logical thing to do. That's what I would assume. Unless you want to get nipped in the bud by sitting up there following him like a
I don't follow him.
But I'm just saying though, but you have a problem with the fact that we're not allowed to hold
I
other
have a
folks
problem
accountable.
with black men sitting on here calling other black men to the
So you believe that a person should be exempt from public critique and or criticism because they're black?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
That's exactly what you're saying. That's exactly what you just said, sir.
100%.
I'm sick and tired of seeing people tear apart another black man and blah, 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 blah. Sir, other communities hold their own accountable. Why is it only within the black community that I get these imbecilic ass comments on my videos? Oh, I know Umar's a scammer, but why you calling out a black man? He's still black though. He's still blackity black though.
Oh, the reason why I'm saying that is because we're the only people that get judged off of one person as a whole.
Then it's also our job to be accountable as a whole. So
it's not possible.
There's two sides of the coin, bro. There's two sides of the coin. You can be on the right side or the wrong side. You can sit up there and let them folks get in your head, or you can sit up there and stand on something. And it's called standing on business. I'm pretty sure you know that slogan because it's been used quite often. That's the whole point of being accountable, standing on business. And that's what Mike's conveying to you.
Yeah,
and again, guys, this is a very contentious conversation. There has been a shift in the poll now. We've got 143 votes. Did Tariq Nasheed endorse Umar? Now 52% say no and 48% say yes. So, goddamn it, the tide is shifting, y'all. It's still neck and neck. It's still damn near 50-50. God damn if this ain't a point of contention. But we've got some more people waiting backstage. Coming from the back to the front is Seth. Seth, how you doing? What do you think about
I'm good. How you? Man, I think it's bizarre because I thought earlier when I was watching some of your programs, maybe a couple of weeks ago, that you was like a devout follower of Tariq, quote unquote. But I think the first thing that I really want to say, I don't want to stay long because I'm not good at like being on the air. We have not even established that Umar is a doctor. Let's just start with that.
Wait, you were breaking up. You said that we haven't established what?
That Umar is like a doctor at all.
No,
but that's
no. Well, technically speaking, he has a doctorate degree. So although he's not like a practicing physician, he can technically run around saying he's a doctor, just like a person who gets an honorary doctor degree. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm thankful for your program because I have not seen anyone that actually like called him out on his whole scam thing. I think you were the first one that I've heard that actually had like spoken to him like over the phone or the video, actually called him out on like, hey man, you're the biggest scammer. And so that's one of the problems that I see, that nobody's, is
and if there's
bold
anybody
enough
late
to, like,
to the party,
just call him on
yeah, if there's anybody late to the party who didn't see my interaction with Umar Johnson, here's a short clip. Well, the only reason why I mentioned people's actions is because you yourself exclusively date black, yet you're one of the biggest scammers in our community. It's been 12 years and you still haven't.
Why you do me like that?
Man,
Why you do me like that, bro? Oh man, oh
Mike, we was going good until Michael went a little left.
Mike, come
on. Went a little left.
Yeah, Mike went a little left. Mike went a little left, they say.
So yeah, that's the whole thing, man. No one has actually just called him out every time he's like live on the air. No one's calling this guy out. I like the Tariq Nasheed roast of Umar, but that was bizarre that he did, in my opinion. He did endorse him. And I also agree with one of the callers earlier that she was saying that scammers.
Wait. You're breaking up a little bit. Did you say that he did or he didn't endorse him?
From my opinion is that yeah, he did endorse it. Yeah,
Okay, I got you.
yeah.
For sure.
But yeah,
For
that's
sure.
all I got, man. I appreciate you very much. I appreciate your content. It's really awesome. You're a young guy. I'm learning from you all.
Yeah, appreciate it, brother. Talk to you soon.
Appreciate
And
you.
we've also got a Safe Brother coming from the back to the front. Safe Brother, what you think about tonight's topic?
Hello there, Mike. Thank you for having me on. I do appreciate it. First time I've done this with you. Long time listener though and subscriber. So, but yeah, I do believe he did endorse him to an extent. I mean, because honestly, I see a lot of these new black media nights like Tariq and I see Umar kind of in the same way. They are both just trying to hustle our community. And I can y'all hear me? Because I'm sorry, this is the first time I'm
Oh
using
yeah, no,
StreamYard, so I
no,
don't
I
know
can
if
hear you
you.
perfectly clear. Yeah, go ahead. Sounds good.
Oh, okay, sorry. I just first time using it. So, anyways, I do believe that they are both hustlers of our community, and that's pretty much what I got to say about that.
And normally this would be the part where I would provide some pushback because I would say Tariq Nasheed has done very verifiable acts of goodness for our community. He's crowdfunded for a museum, built said museum. He just crowdfunded for a hip hop documentary. It's going to be released in theaters here shortly. So I would say that Tariq and Umar are not in the same category. I would say Tariq and Umar, it's disrespectful to even compare the two, but god damn it, I can't say that no more because when someone is across from Tariq Nasheed and he puts Tariq in the same box as Umar, Tariq doesn't give pushback. Tariq doesn't provide clarity. He says, yeah, Umar's brilliant. I had him in my movie. If he was in serious trouble, I'd bail him out. So, normally I would start going hard right now and saying, hold on, no, Umar's the scammer, not Tariq. But God damn it, why should I fight so hard to draw that distinction if Tariq doesn't even fight hard to make that distinction made when someone's questioning him about Umar live and direct? I mean, all right. I'm just giving you guys a little peek into Mike TV psyche, but go ahead, Safe Brother. You have the floor.
All right, Mike. Like you were just saying, he raised money for a school. Sorry, Umar raised money for a school. Tariq Nasheed raised money for a museum. Tariq Nasheed raised money for a documentary. But who was the main beneficiary? It was Tariq Nasheed, right? It wasn't the Foundation of Black American Community.
There is a saying, fair exchange is no robbery. So, if somebody donates money to Mike TV because they like what I do and my content provides some kind of value, is that any different from somebody helping Tariq Nasheed produce a documentary because they want that documentary to be produced and want to engage in that material? I mean, fair exchange is no robbery. People can spend their money on whatever people want to spend their money on. The distinction that I would normally draw is that people gave money to Umar under the guise he's building a school. 12 years later, no school. People give money to Tariq Nasheed under the guise that he's going to complete XYZ project, and he completes XYZ project.
Okay, but what do we get out of these projects? I mean, because to
We
me,
get
Tariq.
knowledge, we get a sense of self, we get history, we get a black owned museum in a historic black part of LA. I mean, you may not personally see the value. You may not see the value in the documentaries and the education, but for those of us that are seeking knowledge, he has been absolutely instrumental.
And he's
Okay,
produced an
I
end
can be
result.
fair with that.
He's actually produced something physical and tangible that the people can see, touch, and benefit from. That's what Tariq Nasheed has done. Unlike, unfortunately, Dr. Umar Johnson, he didn't establish the school, and therefore it didn't benefit the community.
Yeah, I agree with that actually in this instance because Umar Johnson has been for like 2+ decades raising money and all this other stuff for this school. And so far, no one's been educated, no one's been employed, no one has been hired as a teacher or anything. So I actually agree with that. But when I say that they're both in the same category, I don't see people. I don't see Tariq going forward. Like the whole purpose of Tariq originally was reparations, and it seems like he's gone completely away from that. He seems like he's gone completely away from that. And like For Black Righteous Folks Home was saying, like none of these people like Yvette Carnell, Tariq Nasheed, Antonio Moore, Jason Black, none of them have sought to step foot in Congress and say, okay, these are our demands, this is what we're wanting. That was the original point of these movements, and it seems like
I do
Tariq
know that
Nasheed is
Tariq
just
has
on the
put
way.
on some rallies, though. I know he's put on a reparations rally, and I think he's talking about doing another one in DC. So, again, playing devil's advocate here, it seems like he is doing tangible work to push reparations forward. I mean, I'd say the whole person who put reparations in our modern lexicon in the year 2023, 2024 was Tariq Nasheed. I don't really know anybody else who was even promoting the idea like that. So, yeah.
There was the late John Conyers. I am aware of that individual who, for like decades, had proposed a bill to Congress. Unfortunately, never went through. But other than that, again, I just wanted to say, give my quick opinion, and then I was going to go. I'm not going to drag this thing on for long, but yeah, I I do believe that he has been endorsing Umar Johnson. When you put that up there, I just wanted to give my quick opinion.
All right, for sure. Well, thanks for
Yeah.
calling in, Safe Brother, and thanks for tuning into the content. Hopefully, you click the link and call in the future.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too. And next up, we've got Curtis Taylor coming from the back to the front. Curtis, what do you think about tonight's topic? Not really. You sound very, very far away. Nah, it's still really muffled. I mean, I can. It's just still pretty bad.
Let me do this. Let me get my other headset or whatever. You can just go on to the next.
Oh wait,
extremely muffled.
you're
Sounds
sounding
like
a
you're
little
not near the
clear.
Am I getting clear?
No, it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah,
Here,
let me
I'm gonna
yeah.
kick you from the studio. Just go ahead and click the link and try to call back in. Sometimes that fixes it.
Okay.
All right, and while we wait for him, we've got Desmond. Hey, Desmond, how you doing?
Hey, what's up? I'm back again.
What's up? What's up?
And actually, what's her name? It's Libby. Kind of put a point out like a while back ago in the comment section that actually has me thinking
Yeah,
a whole
it's
lot.
Libby. I ain't seen Libby in a long time.
I know.
Libby been hiding. Where the hell Libby been?
Yeah, she said something that really got me thinking that maybe Umar might have some dirt on Marcus here that we don't know about. And maybe
Wait,
it's something
who's Marcus?
that would be Mr. Tariq's real name.
Well, I ain't seen no evidence for that, but I have heard some conspiracies that Tariq, his real name isn't Tariq or whatever. But yeah, I haven't looked into that.
It got me thinking that maybe this might be something that Umar might have on.
Yeah, exactly, Rob. Objection, speculation. I thought
Yeah.
this nigga's name is Tariq. Last time I checked, his name is Tariq Nasheed.
Oh yeah, Mr. Mike, you definitely gotta look that up.
Oh damn. All right.
But Miss Libby really got me on the point that
I mean, I know sometimes he goes by King Flex, but I'm Tariq was his real name. What y'all talking about?
It's just kind of weird that he kind of flip-flopped after so long after going off on this guy. Just it's giving me that Batman Joker thing, like I'm not going to kill you, I got to keep you around because you make me who I am. That's the vibe I'm literally getting here with this. And
I see, I feel you.
Yeah, it kind of got me thinking that somebody might have some dirt on somebody that they don't want to come out. So certain words have to be said. Because we both know one person is very intelligent. It's the word. I know. It's a conspiracy. It's not an actual fact.
They got dirt on Marcus.
I don't know.
They may. They may. I mean,
I don't know.
Yo,
This
wow.
is just an opinion. There's no facts or anything backing it up. I
Yo,
don't know.
wow. Well, hey, real quick, we got Curtis back. Let me see if the audio is better. Hey, Curtis, how
Yep.
you doing?
What's going on, man? Can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear. Loud and
Loud and
clear.
clear. Yeah, I had
Go
to
ahead
get the
and let
other
us know what you
headset
think.
going on. I don't know, man. I don't really think it's too much of it. I wouldn't say it's much of an endorsement. I think somebody may be on to the fact that maybe they may have some dirt on Umar may have some dirt on Tariq or something like that. That may be the case. Or it may just he may be trying to sound like he's not trying to be petty, even though he's making these cartoons and these video clips about Umar. Because when he made that last video that you just posted, that cartoon about Umar made a reply to that in a video where he was getting on Tariq. He was really pissed about
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that
Oh no, he
video right
was.
there.
He was super
Yeah,
mad about this.
yeah,
Yeah.
he was really in his feelings about that. So then that's when he made the video. But after that, he hasn't responded, and Tariq never responded back to that rant that Umar made. And then after that, Umar didn't say anything either. So I'm guessing it's just they do that little petty stuff. Like Tariq kind of starts it.
Matter of fact, I've never seen his
Mhm.
reaction to that new cartoon clip that was dropped 2 months ago. So let's watch real quick, live and
Okay.
direct, his reaction. Because again, Tariq seems to be endorsing Umar. Let's see if Umar endorses Tariq.
If you don't come to Prince of Pan-Africanism Parkway with the right spirit, then you will be entered into the Book of Negroes. The Book of Negroes. The Book of Negroes. That's a book where all my haters are listed. Where all my haters are listed. Don't tell me about that young man. I don't want to hear about him. I understand he's starting to hate again. He likes to do this at the end of the calendar year. Like to spark a beef so I can help drive some traffic to his pages and to his efforts and to his business scams. I'm not going to go back and forth with that.
So Umar Johnson in real time 2 months ago is publicly calling Tariq Nasheed a scammer.
Not to play devil's advocate, Mike, but
So why is Tariq
Go ahead.
publicly calling him brilliant and advocating for him and saying he would bail him out? I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. Let me just watch a little bit more.
Brother, I've graduated past that. I've graduated past that. Y'all been texting me all night. Here go another cartoon he made about you. I'm not getting into that. Let that brother do what he's doing and let me do what I'm doing. And when my institution is done and his so-called institution is done, y'all can compare the institutions and compare the amount of money raised, and y'all can make this informed, intelligent decision for yourself whether or not this institution or that so-called institution was built for the people, or was it just a hustle to make one man rich. We ain't got to argue this. Let God show you who's real, and let God show you who's fake.
So he literally calls Tariq a scammer, a hustler. He's calling out the museum. So why is Tariq Nasheed trying to be diplomatic?
God show you who's real, and let God show you who's fake. I'm beyond that right now. I'm the most revolutionary, requested, credentialed, loved scholar in the world. I will not entertain him. I will not entertain him, brothers and sisters. We're going to stay focused. We're going to stay focused. But like I said, don't compare yourself to other people. Don't contrast your other people. Contrast yourself with other people. And if money and materialism is the most important thing in your life, you'll never get a blessing from the Most High. If money and materialism is the most important thing in your life, you'll never get a blessing from the Most High. If money and materialism.
All right, this nigga just gonna start repeating himself now. But yeah, I digress. You have the floor, Curtis. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, he's going on a rant, but then again, he ever really say Tariq's name in this video directly? It seems like
no, but
yeah,
who else is? Yeah, I
Yo,
guess
everybody knows he's talking about Tariq,
yeah,
man.
I mean, you're right. I get that, but I'm saying he didn't say his name directly. Like in the last video, he went directly at Tariq. Now he's just like he's not really trying to say anything either, because it seems like Umar is not trying to go in the back and forth with Tariq, but Tariq just likes to clown on people. You know what I'm saying? Like he's got a video, he got that cartoon, he's clowning 5 or 6 different people that make YouTube videos. You know what I'm saying? So
I would just say this:
that's his niche.
He not gonna say his name because he don't want to give him more energy. They all know that. That's just a regular play in the book. So, and you see the cartoons right below. So, who the hell? Who could he be talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. We see this in media all the time. They don't want to give someone energy, so they don't mention their name. He's saying he's practically on the same level of him in this video. So, We'll see, right? We'll see.
He's talking about Dr. Umar Johnson. Now, what Dr. Umar Johnson needs to do is he needs to reciprocate in kind sometime, anytime during this week or in the next few days.
Yep. Well, hey, the whole point of this was to share with you guys something that I heard Tariq say that caused me to pause and deliberate and question what I was hearing exactly. And I'm glad that I got confirmation that I was not crazy. And this is just a very contentious, polarizing discussion. I mean, it's been pretty split down the middle as to whether you guys think he was endorsing Umar, whether you think he wasn't endorsing Umar. Either way you slice it, he wasn't really keeping that same energy he does on his platforms. And only he knows the reason behind that. But let's go ahead and play it back one more time for all the new people in here. If we can, let me see
Yeah,
if I can
goodbye,
find it.
Mike. I just have to leave, yeah?
Okay. We'll go ahead and
See you
provide
around.
us some closing remarks, Idris.
Yeah, generally speaking, I do sincerely believe that it was somewhat of an endorsement for Dr. Umar Johnson, and it was quite a U-turn for for Tariq Nasheed to say that he's a brilliant man. That I would be the first person to bail him out. That's clearly a U-turn, and it's a departure from where he was at previously. So reconciliation between two black people, that's a good thing. But do you want to reconcile with an individual that has failed to deliver on a school that he's taken a lot of money for? Do you want to reconciliate with an individual of that kind? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But either way, it's a crystal clear departure from what Tariq Nasheed normally says about Dr. Umar Johnson. Clearly.
Yep, I feel you. I feel you. And you know what? Before we wrap up, we got one more or a couple more guests. We got Libby coming from the back to the front. Hey, Libby.
See you, man.
See you, Idris. Thanks for tuning in. Libby, are you there?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear.
Oh, hi, Mike. It's been a while. I'm sorry for my absence. I was going through something similar to what you were going through at the time.
And coincidentally, you wait until we're critiquing Tariq Nasheed to come out the woodwork. Oh, Lord.
But to be fair with you, I have been re-established since, the new year. And I have been watching from the bushes, but,
Well, let us know what you think about the topic at hand. Oh, did we lose Libby? Did we lose Libby?
Am I gone?
Oh, no, we can hear you now.
Okay, thank God. Okay,
Go ahead
so
and let us know what you think.
okay, so yes, your question. Has Tariq endorsed Umar? I think when you play the clip, yes, it does look as though he is endorsing Umar. All of how he was behaving months before, obviously indicates that he had a different mindset about Umar, and now suddenly he's changed his mind. I think the question is why. Is there something that's about to be revealed about Tariq? Umar seems like a gentle giant. As much as he goes in, he will be the first to protect any person, especially a person of colour, being bashed in the media. So I think he's buttering up Umar just in case he needs that kind of backup, that kind of vocal, strength. So, we didn't know that Tariq's name was Marcus. So there's probably more to be said about Tariq. And in terms of Uma's success, Uma is he's a very good speaker, and he should just stick to that. And Tariq is the doer. So if you've got the speaker and the doer, perhaps maybe they can benefit the community in a more positive way. But the backtracking of Tariq lets me know that there could be something in the pipeline to be said about him later on. This is the year of big revelations coming to pass, so I won't be surprised. Anyway, with that being said, I wish you guys all a lovely good night.
Yeah, well, thanks for calling in. We'll
You're
talk to you
welcome.
soon.
Speak soon.
Peace. And we've got Derek coming from the back to the front. Derek, what do you think?
Mike, I just want to go a little off topic here. You're white sided, your family owned black slaves. So basically, you are a half breed incel. Have a good
Oh my God, the tethers are coming out in full force. Good Lord, good Lord. I hope the tether doesn't flee. We like hearing some tether. Oh, the tether fled. Come on, we like hearing some tether babble once in a while. Jesus, the Wi-Fi wasn't white. What did he say, y'all? He said I'm half white and my white side owned my black side or something. Oh Lord, oh Lord.
Hey,
You
Mike, I
tethers.
have to go.
All right, till next time. Thanks for calling in.
Till next time, my man.
Yep. Yeah, y'all, the tether's out in full force tonight. They said, hold on, this nigga Mike is speaking critically of Tariq. Oh, yes, we come out. We have waited for this all my life.
I
I have
was saying
waited.
the same. Oh, I was saying the
Yeah, go
same
ahead.
thing, Mike. There's a whole bunch of moist tethers that just called in just now.
A whole bunch of moist tethers. They just been waiting. They just been watching me for the
Marcus
longest.
Sand. As soon as I heard Marcus Sand, I said everybody on here full of shit, man.
Man, they've been watching me punching the air as I support and defend Tariq. And as soon as I speak critically of him, they come out the bushes. We ain't had this many tethers call in a while.
Yeah,
what
yeah. All you gotta do is say something bad about him. They gonna come out the woodwork.
And it's funny because I ain't really even said nothing bad about
Yeah,
him,
like it's the government.
but just me slightly critiquing him is enough for the tethers to come out the woodwork.
It's the government. It's the government. The government. The government. The government. It's the government. It's the government. The government. The government. It's the government. It's the government. It's the government. The government. The government. The government. It's the government. It's the government. The government. The government. It's the government. It's the government. It's the government. The government.
Yeah, it's crazy, Mike, man. That's why I put in the joint. I was like, what's going on? Because I knew you was going to get the type of traffic that you don't want right now, man. And if you don't,
Hey, no, I'm open to any
if you don't
traffic.
tear the people that's calling up to you right now, you going to look bad.
No. I am open to all kind of traffic. Tonight is a open discussion for people to speak their mind
Mike.
about what Tariq Nasheed has said about Umar Johnson, and I am here for it. But
you say that about everybody.
we have to start winding down the broadcast. So I'm going to start doing a little bit of a roundtable here. Closing remarks. Let's start with Curtis. Lay it on us, Curtis.
In closing, I think that Tariq is just, I guess, just being Tariq. He's just telling his jokes and whatever he can to stay on the top of the YouTube channel, the chain, and get his supporters together and whatnot, even if it means to poke fun at Umar. I don't really think it's too much to read into it. I just think it's a little back and forth tidbit between them two. I don't think he's endorsing anybody. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, no, I feel you. And you're entitled to it. Well, thanks for calling in, Curtis. Hopefully you'll call in sometime soon.
All right, take it easy, man.
Bro. Take it easy. Next up, The Reason. Go ahead and provide us with some closing remarks.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way that homie just said. I don't think he's endorsing him at all. Just think that like they both are. I don't think either anybody could beat them in a debate when it comes to stuff that we talking about. It's just they have a difference on the Pan-Africanism aspect of everything. Other than that, I think that they pretty much said the same thing. Whether he's scamming or not, nobody fucking knows. Because like, what is he doing with the buildings? Would he living in them? I don't know what he's doing with them. I think that the school will eventually open up, but I just off this topic, that's why I called in because I knew he was gonna get some bad traffic, man. But love everybody, man. I think everybody doing a good thing. And if he was, because they personally know each other, if he was out here scamming Tariq Nasheed, he would have called him out about it.
He already
never
did.
called him out about being no scammer.
He did.
No, he never called him a scammer.
Wait, are you saying Tariq never called Umar a scammer?
Nah.
Are you wait? Are
Umar
you saying
called Tariq a scammer?
And you're saying Tariq has never called Umar a scammer?
No, I don't think he did.
Tariq has definitely called him a scammer verbatim several times. Everybody put a 1 in the chat if you've heard Tariq not allude to a scam, but literally verbatim say he's scamming.
I mean, you
I
can bring
never
it up
like
too.
it. I never
Yeah, no,
saw it.
I've definitely heard it.
I watched
Definitely heard it.
everything, man.
Yeah, you must not watch everything because we got people in the chat spamming ones. They've all heard Tariq Nasheed refer to that man as a scammer.
Is these the same people and the ones in the chat that just called him Marcus Sanders?
Nope, these are completely different people. The Tethers were calling him Marcus.
I never
yeah,
heard it, man.
It's
I
all
never
good.
heard.
But until next time, brother, thanks for calling in. Appreciate you. And then there were two. Nero, lay it on us.
Hey man, thanks for having me back on. It's been a minute. I'll be sure to keep my head more around. And no, I like this. This was good critical thinking to get on this particular topic, because just like you, hold Mr. Tariq in high regard. But yeah, this was interesting to see. And I say I don't know enough about the brother like that, but all I can say is will be. What do they say? Will be continued.
Yeah, will be good to be continued. We'll
Hey.
see if he comes out with another cartoon about Umar in a couple months. I mean, all right.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's got one in the making already.
Yeah, for real, for real. But all right, brother. Nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you, man. Have a good one.
You too. Peace. And yeah, no, before we wrap up, a lot of you guys wanted me to play the clip again, so here we go one more time.
Bullshit scandal. The real dark-skinned New York guy, but you and Umar seem to be upper echelon of people who have a wealth of knowledge, historical understanding, and somewhat of an idea of what we should do to move forward. Killer Mike too.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah,
go
that's my
ahead.
guy.
Yeah.
But Umar, man, I think Umar is a brilliant brother. Yeah, even though we got our little personal differences, and at this point, I'm not even tripping on that. I wish Umar the best. And at this point, I'm having fun. Sometimes I take little jabs back at him now. But yeah,
And he could have stopped right here. He could have stopped right there. I wish Umar the best. I know we take a little jabs at him sometime, but all right. Let's see why he didn't stop there.
Another, won't bring his name up. He just stumbled on such a big old bullshit scandal. The real dark-skinned New York guy, but you and Umar seem to be upper echelon of people who have a wealth of knowledge, historical understanding, and somewhat of an idea of what we should do to move forward. Killer Mike too.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah,
go
that's my
ahead.
guy.
Yeah.
But Umar, man, I think Umar is a brilliant brother. Yeah, even though we got our little personal differences, and at this point, I'm not even tripping on that. I wish Umar the best. And at this point, I'm having fun. Sometimes I take little jabs back at him now. But yeah, this is just the dozens.
And I would have thought that that's where the comment would end it. Umar, he's brilliant. We take little jabs. It's just some jokey jokes. We're just playing the dozens. But he didn't stop there.
What of an idea of what we should do to move forward. Killer Mike too.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah,
go
that's my
ahead.
guy.
Yeah.
But Umar, man, I think Umar is a brilliant brother. Yeah, even though we got our little personal differences, and at this point, I'm not even tripping on that. I wish Umar the best. And at this point, I'm having fun. Sometimes I take little jabs back at him now. But yeah, this is just the dozens. If I saw Umar in really some big trouble, I'd be the first one to bail him out.
That's right.
But I'm gonna hit him with some of these jokes because I'm petty.
We see in the history, Malcolm Moore.
Not I'm gonna hit him with some jokes because he's scamming the community. Because he's a grifter. I'm gonna hit him with some jokes because I'm petty. All right. Again, I'm gonna just play it back one more time for the people before we get out of here. And again, I just want people's opinions. Either A, he's endorsing and kind of backpedaling off of the Umar Johnson expose train. B, maybe he's staying on code. Maybe he's giving us a class act on what it means to stay on code. Even though you have an enemy, you still speak highly of said. I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Yeah, but Umar, man, I think Umar is a brilliant brother. Yeah, even though we got our little personal differences, and at this point, I'm not even tripping on that. I wish Umar the best. And at this point, I'm having fun. Sometimes I take little jabs back at him now. But yeah, this is just the dozens. If I saw Umar in really some big trouble, I'd be the first one to bail him out.
That's right.
But I'm gonna hit him with some of these jokes because I'm petty.
We see in the history, Malcolm Morton, and it never got to bullshit, but there was some.
Yeah. There was some camaraderie there.
Yeah, camaraderie, but some conflict.
Right. Yeah. But he's a brilliant brother.
Okay.
But his thing, and I think he's kind of easing off of it a little bit, but his thing is, he's the Prince of Pan-Africanism.
Yes.
Let's all global.
That's how I learned that term.
Right. And
yeah, now he's just gonna get into talking about Pan-Africanism. So, guys, you heard verbatim what he said. We're gonna wrap up this broadcast. Don't go anywhere. As soon as this stream ends, there's gonna be a 10-second countdown, and it's gonna redirect you into the next broadcast. The next broadcast is a smoke show disagreement day stream. So tethers, trolls, naysayers, detractors, or people who just have a disagreement and want a good, fair natured debate with Mike TV, the next broadcast is for you.